Nice. Okay, Craig, go
All
ahead.
right. Well, welcome everybody, and thank you so very much for joining us today here on Learn from the Experts. We are really excited for today's special event. Lots of things happening, and we are so glad and grateful to have you here with us. Just a couple of quick announcements before we turn it over to our host. My name is Craig A. Jackman. I'm your facilitator. I'll be your person here in the background. Uh, Coming up, if you'd like to join our groups with Robert Hollis, we have a couple of groups that you can join us for, where we go into more training, we go into more personal development, and these groups are called Imaginators and Inner Circle. You can join us by going to roberthollis.com/join. Those of you that are watching here in the Zoom, I will post that link in the chat very soon. For those of you watching on YouTube, we are glad that you've joined us. All you need to do is look on the screen where you see my face, look down below, there's a join button, and go ahead and click on that, and that will take you to the process of joining Imaginators and Inner Circle. It's an amazing group. We go into personal development and we go into much more depth, more than just ask me anything or anything else. So we are very glad to have you on board with us. Today it will be Robert and our special guest as soon as he comes on board. We are waiting for him, and we appreciate everything. We appreciate the fact that you are here. So as we prepare to get started, let's go ahead and bring on our host for Learn from the Experts. This gentleman has been in the networking industry for 37 years, and he is a mentor and a very dear friend of mine, and just an amazing person to learn from. He speaks from the heart. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Robert Hollis.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad to have you on here. I see a lot of people that are on here, and it's really cool. I just got a message from
Joel.
Joel, Joel Harris. He's getting to a place where he can jump on the Zoom. So we'll be looking for him, but he's definitely on his way here. And so I just want to start out. Thank you very much, Craig, for the great introduction. I appreciate each and every one of you that are on here. And here's what ended up happening. You guys know I know nothing about trading. Nothing. Zero about trading. But don't you guys find it interesting that everything in life I knew nothing about before I learned it? Wow, what a concept, right? It's like, believe it or not, I actually learned how to read and walk and talk and run and it's like all these things. And it's like, but when you're learning something new, it's weird how we get frustrated, we get overwhelmed, we get confused, and because we actually have to use muscles that we don't use all the time. Because most of us don't even realize how much of a routine we're in. You know what I mean? So a lot of us don't realize that, man, if you're going to work every day, including your morning routine, and then getting into traffic, I'm sure you guys know of somebody, or it happened to yourself, where sometimes you show up at work and you're just going, I don't even know how that happened. I was like in a sort of a zone, and, most life is existing. So one of the things I always wanted to do in my life and still haven't done it is learn a new language. You know what I mean? I have so many people in my life that are just amazing people that speak Spanish. And I have my Hungarians on here. So very nice to see you, and my Romanians. And so what's is really unique when you have people from different cultures. And I always thought, wow, I'd like to learn another language. But on top of that, don't you guys all realize that, how impressed you are with someone that knows multiple languages? Like you're at a restaurant or whatever. And so I want you guys to know that I got involved in this. I'm blown away with how well it's working. And then all of a sudden, I got introduced to Javid and Javid. These guys, I met a lot of them as well, and Vegas. And when I met these guys, even with some of the videos they do, they got so much so much energy. They have so much confidence, and confidence only comes from doing it over and over and over again. And also learning for experts. So Javid introduced me on a Telegram chat with Joel, and I know a lot of Joel Ayers, and I know that he's been trading. I'll let him tell his story, but he would not. I repeat, if you guys know Josh Wago, Joel would not be a trader with the Koshiks if he didn't know what he was doing. And so I get the tap and trade thing a little bit, but when I see people posting how much they won in a day, and they're like, "Thanks, Joel. Thanks, Joel." I mean, that gives me a little bit of fear of loss. So we have Joel on here. I'm going to let him tell his story. You guys pay close attention to this. Of course, we're recording it for you guys to watch or didn't make it. But without further ado, Joel Ayers, thank you very much for coming on here. I got my notepad, my pen ready, and I'm ready to learn.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Robert. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, afternoon, wherever you may be. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time, and I'm going to make it worth. Okay, so thank you, everybody. Let's see where's everybody from. So please go ahead and type in the chat what state, what country. I'm currently in Colombia. I usually live in the US. I say usually because I like to travel a lot. And so right now we're in Colombia. Maybe we'll be in London in September, and so things can change. So let's see where's everybody from Hungary, Denver, Milky Way, Tucson, okay, Chicago, Texas. Anybody from Utah by any chance? Let's see. Because that's where I live. Anybody from Utah, Idaho? Oh, I don't see that. That's okay. That's okay. Well, thank you so much, guys, for being here. What I'm going to do is actually something that I'm excited about because, you guys as a team are my priority. Every team in MDC, in Akasha, it's my priority. I want you guys to win. I want you guys to understand the trade ideas that I send. I saw a comment right before I started introducing myself that says I send a lot of trades. That's true. And today you're going to learn why I send a lot of trades and how you should trade those trades. Okay, so please have a pen or pencil and a notebook or your phone, wherever you take notes. Make sure you gain some information that I'm going to share. Now, before I do that, I want to introduce myself really quick. Joel Arias. I'm 24 years old, 25 this year. I've been trading for the past 7.5 or 8 years. Don't really have the exact count, but it's somewhere there, 7.5 to 8 years. I started very young, and I started because of a friend that invited me to an opportunity back in 7 or 8 years ago. Everybody starts like that. You have a friend, and that friend invites you, and I don't know, somehow you get hooked. And for me, the hook was to learn how to trade. I saw really successful traders 7-8 years ago, and now I have one of those in my team. I have one of those mentors that I had from trading, and he's in my team. He joined with us in Akashits. And I just, I saw their style, their lifestyle. I saw the things that they had. And it wasn't much about like the money or the cars. It was more about the time that they had to do whatever they wanted to do, right? Or whatever they wanted to do. And that's where it really hooked me. Like I was young, so I didn't have a job. And yeah, when you're 15, you don't have a job in Colombia. Or some people do, I guess, but I didn't, and I was living with my parents, and so I had the time per se to really get into trading. I dedicated myself 1 hour or 2 hours a day. I know it's, even though I had like 11 hours available in the day, I only spent 1 or 2 learning trading, and everything just started from there. I started inviting people over the opportunity because I wanted to share this with everybody, and I started teaching them how to trade based on what I learned. I wasn't an educator, but I was teaching them and I was guiding them so that they can make profit. And of course, they can sustain so they can pay their membership as well, right? because it was my responsibility as a leader. And that's what Robert is doing right now. You know, Robert, he's teaching you guys how to sustain this business, you know, how to make money with trading for real. And so that's how I started. And then long short story, you know, time passed, and 4 or 5 years ago, I became an educator in some pretty well-known companies in the Spanish market, such as IML or mine or other companies. And the journey just began, you know. And then I remember that 2 years ago, Maddie, he called me and he was like, hey, I think we have the right place. And he was telling me about something called My Daily Choice. I never heard of My Daily Choice before, even though it's a 10-year company. And he shared me the story. We met with Josh. And man, if you know Josh, you know that he's a genius. He's really smart, and he really cares about people. And so he really cares about this company. And when we sat down, we wanted to create something great for the trading community. And that's how Akashits came along, you know. And so it's a great opportunity to be here with you guys. And honestly, like, if you're in this call, it's because you have a special place in Akashits and in our hearts as educators, and in our, you know, your leaders' heart too. And so thank you so much, Robert, once again for making this happen. And not only Robert, but all the other leaders that may be here as well. And so all right, let's go ahead. I'm gonna share my screen, and I want you guys to let me know if you can see it or not. Type a 1 in the chat really quick if you
We
can
do see it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you have ever joined one of my sessions, if you know that I like interaction, you know that I like for you to communicate with me, I'm gonna ask some questions in the chat because I want to make sure that you guys are here with me and that you guys are understanding. And if you don't understand, that's okay. You know, I'm not here to judge you. It's not my role. No, I'm here to help you. Okay, so please, if you don't understand something, just say, hey, Joel, I don't understand. That's okay. You know, we don't have to understand everything at once. And so what I'm going to do today is teach you how to understand my trade ideas. Okay, that's like the #1 topic. Then we may move towards the smart cash scanner a little bit to give you guys a personal training on how to use that scanner. But first, we're gonna do trade alerts. Okay. Who here has ever counted how many trade alerts I send in a day? Just throw a number. Throw a number to see what we have. Okay, 1, 8, 6, 5 to 8, 4 to 6, 15. Okay, all right. You guys may not be wrong, you know? You guys may not be wrong. Sometimes I don't even know how many trailers I sent, but here is the number per se. So I sent up to 5 trades per session. Now, you guys may have heard me say this before, but what does this mean? There is different sessions in the market. For example, in the morning, you know, maybe 7, 8 to 2 p.m., it's the New York session, you know? And so in the morning, when I call a New York trade, for example, look at this, New York buy, right? NG means New York, or you're going to see New York session. When you see me calling trades with the label NY, it's because we're in the New York session time. And so what does that mean? I'm gonna call up to 5 trades in that session, okay? Maybe the time goes on, we move and the market closes and then it opens again and we are maybe in the Asian session, right? And so I may call 5 trades in the Asian session. And then later on, it's the London session, right? Very late at night, right? If we're talking about London time, it will be like 6, 7 a.m. UK time until 2 p.m. UK time, right? Which will be around 12, 1, 2 a.m. here in the States, all the way to almost when the New York session opens, okay? And so I will call up to 5 trades per session. And so in a day, we can be looking at maybe 10, 15, maybe 8 trades, you know? It really depends if the market is setting up, okay? Now, we're looking at a lot of those trades, but then what do you have to do to take them, okay? Here is, let me open this. I'm going to open a whiteboard here, and then I'm going to teach you guys the way that I explain this. This is actually in one of my trainings in my session, but you guys are having it here VIP. But if you miss something, you can watch the recording, of course, that we're doing right now. And you can also go to my session replay, and I'm going to show you guys later how to understand those, okay? But first things first, we're talking about trade alerts. Whoops. What the heck? Okay. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Pretend that that's a straight line, right? Just pretend. So the formula here is that we risk 0.1% of our account per trade. Okay, this is not the lot size. This is the percentage that you're going to risk per trade. Why? Because I call a lot of trades. I'm gonna give you an example really quick. If you risk 1% of your account per trade, and let's say, because not all trades are perfect, like we always try to keep a really high like pip count or result per se. But let's say that we just had a bad day or bad week, because those can happen. If you take 3 to 5 trades, right, and you lose all of them, guess what? You're gonna lose more, right? You can lose 5%. And if you have a prop firm account, that's your daily max loss, right? And so the reason that I created this trading plan is so that you may not lose your account, but you can pass it and that you can make money. Why? Because if we trade with 0.1%, let's say we lose 5 trades in a row, which we haven't done, thank God, because of course he made everything possible, but we haven't lost 5 trades in a row. But if we do, let's just say we do, we're gonna lose 0.5% of our account. Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
Would you rather lose 5% than 0.5? No, right? I don't think anybody wants to lose 5%. That's in a 100K account, that's $5,000. That hits more than $500, right? And so with this trading plan, if you start applying it with my trade alerts, it's gonna take you, I don't know, I think I did the math, but it's gonna take you 30 consecutive days or 20 something consecutive days of me losing in order for you to burn your account.
Wow.
Okay. And so that's why this was designed this way. It was designed so that you guys may not lose your account, but instead you can have a steady growth. Because remember, fast growth, I don't know, for me, it doesn't look healthy. I'd rather have a consecutive growth until I reach my point, right? And so this was done this way. Now, the other reason that I call so many trades is because a lot of you guys are not in the States. A lot of you guys are not in America in general, right? In Colombia or South America, Central America, North America, right? Canada. You guys may not be in America, period. And so it's kind of selfish for me to only call trades in the morning and forget about the rest of the day, right? And so I explained this before, I call so many trades not for you to take them all, but for the other people that are in different time zones to take advantage of those, okay? Remember, the max you should take, it's 5 in a day, 5, that's the max, okay? If you are in the UK or in Africa, I think I saw some people from Africa here. If you're in Africa, then, I'm going to call some trades for your time zone, right? No need to worry about the ones you missed because there's always more coming. So that's the explanation on why so many trades. And this is how you should take them with this percentage. Now, I'm going to explain how to do this, okay? So let's do an example. And then after that example, I'm gonna go ahead and answer some questions, okay? But let's say we're gonna take this trade. So what we do, I'm gonna open another Akash's website over here. We're gonna go and find a tool called a lot size calculator. Who here has ever used that tool before? Let me know in the chat. If you ever come over here and click calculator and you notice and use this lot size calculator. Okay, I see. Yeah, I see a lot of people. Okay, perfect. If you did, this is a great review. If you didn't, this is the time for you to learn. Okay. Now, let's say we're going to take this trade. Okay. So what are some things that the calculator is asking us? It's asking us the instrument, which means the pair, the trading asset that we're going to trade. And so in this case, I only call gold trades. So we only look XAU USD. We click the first one that says popular. Boom. What's the next thing that's asking us? Your account deposited currency. So I think most people use US dollars as their deposit. I know some brokers may let you use euros or pounds, up to you, but usually dollars. And then open price. This is the famous EP. EP means entry price, aka open price, right? And so what you're going to do, copy. Oops. Hold on. This got crazy over here.
You're doing
Okay.
awesome, Joel, man. I'm learning so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. So open price, and then we paste. Again, copy, paste. And then what's the next thing that's asking us? The stop loss price. And so we go back to the alert, and guess what? It's over here. We copy, we paste, and then the next thing, account balance. Let's say you have a 50K account, 1, 2, 3, right? From TradeX Mastery. You have a 50K account, or whatever account you may have, you can put it there. And then the next important question is risk. Right here, guys, is where I need you to start implementing this, right? This number is not the same as 1. I have some people in my team that messaged me before, and it's like, oh, I put a 1 and I don't understand why I'm losing so much. It's because I think they are not understanding that there is a 0 and then a point and then a 1, right? And so make sure that you delete this and you put a 0 and a point and a 1, right? 0.1%. Okay. Now you click calculate, and guess what? This is not it. Some people may confuse this 5 with their lot size. If you put a 5 in gold, that's going to be a lot of movement. That's just going to be a lot. It can burn your account in maybe 2 candles. But just be careful, okay? So instead of putting the 5, you're going to click this question mark. You see that this pop as 100. You leave it as it is. Don't touch it, and just click calculate again. And you see how this 5 became 0.05?
Got it.
That's your real lot size, okay? So what is this trade telling you? Is that with this open price and with this stop loss, your risk is $50. That's what you're going to lose, right? If you lose this trade with the 50K account, you risk $50, and this is your lot size. Okay. Now, Joel, I don't know. That seems like so little. $50. Maybe I can risk 100, 200, right? Because I want to make more. But here's the thing that I always tell people. But let me ask a question here. Who here has ever started a traditional business? Let me know in the chat what business you have. If you had a bakery, if you have a haircut place, who here has ever started a traditional business? Whatever it may be. So Peter said IT business, car detailing, drive-through coffee, restaurant, coaching, grocery store. Okay, so we have a lot of entrepreneurs here. Now, let me ask you this question. And I ask you for revenue or anything like that. So no worries. Don't pull up your sheets or anything like that. So how long did it take you to recover the money you invested in your traditional business? Because the average, it's 2 to 5 years. The average for traditional businesses is 2 to 5 years. And some people hasn't even recovered the money they invested with, right?
Great point.
My dear entrepreneurs that are in this call, and if you're not, that's okay. This is for you too. If we are willing to wait 2 to 5 years to recover, our investment in a traditional business, why are we hurrying with this? Now, the average that I've seen, again, this is my group. I have a group of 300 people in Spanish, and we all have funded accounts. The average that I've seen of return of investment, it's 2 months. 2 to 3 months. You know, somebody invested $1,000 in a 200K account. They pass it in a month, right? And then, or maybe 2 months. And then guess what? TradeX gives you 8 days to withdraw. So boom, you had your return investment in 2 months. And so, and they do this again, because this is my group and I make sure that they're following exactly the rules of the game. And so think about this when you want to over leverage in trading. If your business that you have, it has taken you 2 to 3, 5 years to recover your money, why are you in a hurry with trading? You know, guys, trading is one of the only industries, I say one because there's some, one of the only industries that lets you make, I don't know, 5 grand in a week and withdraw it. It's just one of the only ones that lets you do that, you know? And so again, why the hurry? Okay, so now that we have this clear, guys, this trade will be a 0.05 lot size. Somebody asked a question that I saw over there. It's like, okay, but what will we make in profit? That's a great question. Usually, guys, my trades are a ratio of 1-2 or 1-3. Okay, if they hit all the TPs. Okay, 1-2, 1-3. If you don't know what this is that you invested 1, you got 2 in return. You invested 1, you got 3 in return. Okay, that's what that means, you know, those ratios. And so if we do a more realistic example, if you invested the $50, which you're risking, right, the 0.1%, then a 1-2 will be you get 100 in return. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So that's what a 1 and 2 mean. A 1 and 3 do the same thing, you know, instead of 100 will be 150. So you invested 100 as a risk in the stop loss, and you made 150 if it hits all the TPs with one trade. Multiply that by 5. If you take all the 5, you made a little bit over than $500 in a day. Now multiply that in a week, because again, I call a lot of freaking trades. So multiply that in a week. What's 500 times 5?
That's amazing.
Right? That's 25, right? 2,500. And so in a 50K account, you'll be halfway through your first challenge, which is 10%, right?
Right.
Or yeah, you'll be halfway. And so again, remember, the game here is the consistency. Yes, we may lose some trades, but guess what? You will only lose $50. That's easy peasy to recover. The thing change is when you put a different lot size and you realize you lost 2,000. Losing 2,000, it's gonna get your mindset. Right? Losing $50, it's nothing. But losing 2,000 may affect your mindset in trading. And you're gonna think that this doesn't work. But let me tell you, it does work for anybody. Trading is not racist. Trading is not, if you live in this country or you're Y or you're XYZ, you know, it doesn't matter. Trading doesn't have a point on that. It's for everybody that wants to be committed. Okay. So are we all clear on this part of how to take, you know, the trades? Go ahead and type a 1 in the chat if you are.
Yeah, throw some fire or ones in there to let Joel know you guys are getting this.
Hey,
Nice.
now we're gonna answer some questions. One of those I saw is from Coach Bob. He said how to take, or you know, how to take the TP 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a great question. Who else has that question? So I know if it's a common asked question. Let's see.
I didn't even know that could be a question.
Yeah, because if you guys notice over here, like we have TP1, TP2,
Ah, there you got it.
4, And I think, you know, a lot of people confuse those TP. And so I'm gonna explain that one first, and then we move on to another question. Okay. I taught you guys my trading plan, which is 0.1% per trade, 5 trades max. Okay. Now, what I'm going to tell you right now, it's really going to change your game plan with trading. Okay. I have within the trading plan, I have this plan of action. Okay. You can call it whatever you want. It's the plan of action. And it has 2 options. Okay. One, if your account is positive, what does that mean? You have a 50K account. Let's say your account is at 5,100. You have $100 in profit. That's positive, right? Your account is over the initial balance. Okay. Now, don't ask questions right now, guys. Pay attention to this part. Okay. We'll do the questions after. And then this next part is if your account is negative or drowned down or under the initial balance that you had. Same example, if you started with the 50K account and your account right now it's at 49,500, that's negative, right? You have a negative 500 balance, or your account is under the initial that you started. Okay. So with that being said, the TPs is gonna depend on which side of the room you are, and it doesn't matter which one you are. Both are going to help you. So let's start if you have a positive account. Let's say, this is just an example. You took a trade with 1 lot size. Let's say you have a higher account and the calculator gave you 1 lot, okay? This is just an example, okay? If you started with 1 lot, okay, and if it hits TP1, you have 1 option. It's optional, okay? It's optional. I'm going to put an O because I'm going to take forever to write it down. Optional to close a C, partials a P, okay? Now, before I move on, who here knows what closing partials mean? Be honest. Oh, wait. CryptoSoul says that you can't see my whiteboard. Can you guys see it?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Maybe just try to maybe lift the Zoom and come back. Maybe that will help. Okay, so I see people say yes. Robert says no. Other people says no. Okay, that's okay. Closing partials means that you're closing half, because partials half of the lot size that you initially started with. So if you started with 1 lot in the trade, if you close partials, that means that you're going to secure 50% of the profit you already made, and you're going to keep the other 50% risk running. Okay.
That's cool.
And there is an option in Trade Locker when you look at your positions and you click it, it says partials. If you ever wonder what that is, that's what it is. You click it and you tell the broker, hey, I want to close 0.5 and leave me with 0.5 open. Okay. So with that being said, this is optional at TP1. Okay. TP2, it's not optional. You must close partials. Okay. You must close partials. And at this point, you can move your stop loss to break even. Okay. So, if you have a positive account, you may want to do this one, not a TP1, but maybe a TP2. You close partials, you close half of what you initially risk with, and you move your stop loss to break even. What does that mean? If you move your stop loss, and let's say the trade comes back, it's going to take you out, but you already closed profit, right? You didn't lose anything. You also didn't close with $0, because most people, here's the thing, most people only move stop loss to break even without closing partials. And guess what? The trade goes up and goes down, and you close with 0. And I've just seen this in so many people. Their mentality just starts, attacking them like, oh man, I could have made $200 and I had to put my stop loss and I close at 0. And then guess what? They open a new trade and guess what? That trade goes down and they lose, right? And so again, this plan is designed so that you don't lose, but you win with every single trade. Because guess what? We always hit at least TP 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's been cases, I don't know, every week we have at least 5 trades that hit TP 5.
Wow.
And so every week we have at least 5. All right. And so if you do this plan, you're going to see your account like change completely. Okay. So now TP2, let's say TP3 hit. Guess what? At this point, you choose whatever you want to do. Okay. But usually you can move your stop loss to TP1. What does this mean? That if you already closed partials, you don't need to close them again. You close partials only once. Okay. But at this point, if the trade goes back, then it won't close you at 0. It will close you with the profit you close in partials plus the profit accumulated between entry and TP1. Okay. So you're closing more profit without doing much. Okay. And then same thing with TP4. TP4, you move your stop loss to TP2. And TP5 hits, you don't do anything because the trade already closed, right? So this is if you have a positive account. I'm not going to ask who has a positive or negative account here. That's on you. That's private. I don't want to know. But you should know, okay? And please make sure you're following the one that, that one that corresponds to you. Now, let's talk about the negatives. It's not a shame to have a negative account. It's not bad to have a negative account. It's okay. It happens to all of us. But what you do to change.
Joel, if I can say something quick, I had one kid that reached out to me and he did some bad trades. And he goes, you know how much this would bother me if it was my personal money instead of somebody else's money? Man, that did a ninja hack for my mind. Because of course we were funded, but I'm scared to lose money. I'm pretty conservative, but I'm in the negative right now. and it's like, so as soon as I went in the negative, it changed my mindset until that kid told me, hey, listen, you're using other people's money to learn how to earn money. And I went, yeah, I got to learn this. So thank you for sharing so far. It's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Robert, for that. And so again, if you're negative, like Robert said, it's part of the process. You learn, especially if it's not your money, right? If you're in a profit and it's other people's money, you're not losing 50K, right? And so if your account is negative at the moment, then this is what you need to do, okay? So same example, let's say the calculator gave you a 1 lot size. We hit TP1. Guess what we're going to do? We must close partials, and we must move stop loss to break even. Okay, I'm going to tell you why. Oops, there we go. I'm going to tell you why this is a must. Your account is negative. You cannot afford stop losses. We're looking for your account to grow, right? But you personally cannot afford, because your account is negative, to collect more stop loss, okay? So what is this going to do to you? You're going to close partials. You're already securing, I don't know, let's say $10. Let's say $9, whatever the amount may be, depending on your lot size, of course. You're collecting money, and if it goes back and it closes at break even, you didn't lose anything else. You already secure some money. And guess what? This is not going to be the only trade you take in a day, because you're taking 5 trades with me. And so if your account is negative and you're closing partials and moving stop loss to break even, if you collect those 5 trades in a day, maybe the 25 in a week or more, right? You're going to see that your account changed completely. Like you're securing more profit and your account is growing back at the initial balance you started with. Once it's at that point, man, you can start switching to the other plan. Okay. But again, at negative, the whole purpose is that you don't lose your account, right? So you cannot afford losing your either real account or prop firm account. Okay. What is break even? Break even means that, you know, it goes back to the entry point. So stop loss, let's say, is 25.50, and then your entry point is 25.60. You move your stop loss to the entry point. And so if it comes back, it closes at 0 loss. But in this example, we close partials, which means we secure profit, and then it goes back to the entry if it does. If it doesn't, good for you. You can start doing this. So TP2, you know, because not all trades go back to break even, not all of them, okay? So if it hits TP2, what are you gonna do? You must move stop loss to TP1, right? Because in this case, if it comes back, you're already securing, you already had the partial. Again, you don't need to close more partials. You have the partial that corresponds to you, but if it goes back to TP1, you're gonna close with more profit. Okay, and same thing with the other TPs. TP3, same thing as the other plan. What's the only difference between these two plans? The first step, the first TP. That's the only difference. Why? Because if your account is negative, you want to recover money, not by over leveraging, but by trading smart. And so this is the plan if you're taking my trades. Now, if you're taking somebody else's trades, that's okay. I won't get offended. You know, it's fine. There are other great educators that we have in Akashats, but you got to understand something. Every single one of us may have a different trading plan. Okay. And so this is if you're taking my trade alerts. Why? Because I call so many trades in a day. That's the whole reason we implement this as it is. Okay. So questions. I'm going to answer 2 or 3 more questions on this, and then we're going to move on. Do you have a video how to set up? Okay. I forgot to say something about this. So thank you. Who was it? Bob, for reminding me this. So when you put a trade, you know that you have to put your entry, right? Your stop loss price. And then sometimes people get confused with this, and that's okay. You don't need to put 1 trade per TP. Because guess what? If you open 1 trade per 5, that's 5 trades you're taking at the same time, at the same entry, and that's not bueno. Okay? What you should do is just when you're putting a TP, you put the last TP call. Okay, so you put the stop loss and you put the last TP. All right. Because if you do this, then you're going to be able to, you know, manage this plan that I just showed you. Okay, does that make sense, Bob? I think you say, yeah, okay, thanks, perfect. So this means we must open different positions for the numbers of TP we want in the trade. No, that's not quite correct. You only open 1 position, only 1 trade, one position. You put the stop loss I gave you, and then you put the last TP I gave you. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this is different from tap to trade. You have to put the trade manually. We are, though, I'm going to give you a little gossip here. We are going to update tap to trade pretty soon, so I can call my trades there.
Wow.
The reason that I don't call tap to trades now, it's because I have a higher stop loss, which is 100 pips. If you know this term, great. If not, it just means I have a wider range of stop loss. And with the current algorithm that tap to trade has, it risks more than it should with 100 pips. Okay. But they're updating it so that you pick the percentage risk that you wanna trade with. And so now we're gonna be able to do the 0.1% with 100 pips. Okay. So that's something coming up. Let's see.
I love that we're recording this, Joel, so people can go back.
Yes.
I'm going to watch this over and over and over again. It's like a lot of info.
Yes, yes. Let's see, guys. I don't see any. Okay, Coach Josh asked this question. I think it's really great. Does that mean that we will have to sit at the screen and watch out for the TPs? No, because that's my job. I'm the one in the seat, watching, or in my phone, I guess. I set alerts so I can let you know, guys, how through our Telegram. If you're not in the Akash's channel, then you must be in that channel. If not, then your phone, you're gonna get a notification saying update Joel Arias trade idea or something like that. Okay. If you see that, then you go and check it out. And I'm gonna tell you in the notes, hey guys, TP1 hit. If I say TP1 hit, you already know what you gotta do, depending on which side of the screen you are, positive or negative. Okay. TP2 hit, same thing. I'm gonna notify you guys. Okay. Let's see. Why do you set your stop loss with 100 pips? Great question, Peter. Because with gold moves a lot in a day, a lot. It moves between 100 and 200 pips in a day, consistently, up and down, doesn't matter. And so for me, the reason that I call 100 pips is so that I have a wider range of possibility. Because remember, with trading, you can't really tell this strategy is 100% accurate. It's just not possible, okay? And so it's always based on the analysis and the possibility, okay? I'm not gonna lie, there has to be some chances, for the trade. And so the calculated chances that I analyze in my last 7 years of trading is if I do 100 pips stop loss, I have a higher chance of seeing greater results than if I do shorter pips of stop loss. Okay, now that's on me. Again, every educator has different ways, has different views on the market, but that's for me, right? So that's the reason why we have higher stop loss. Let's see. Yes, I'm gonna say this one more time. You should only open one position and put the last TP5 as the TP that Trade Looker asks you, or MetaTrader, depending on what you're using, okay? Because when you open a position, it's telling you what stop loss you want, what take profit you want, and that's where you're gonna put TP5, okay? You should not open 5 positions, you open 1, okay? Because if you open 5 positions, that means you're risking your 0.5 in a day based on this trading plan, right? All right, so we're gonna close this subject. Again, this meeting is being recorded, so that's a great thing that Robert is doing. So you're gonna be able to watch this. If you need more, then we also have the sessions. Now, to end the second part, really quick, guys, in 10 minutes or less, I'm going to show you, and I want you guys to take notes. If you want to follow my strategy, if you want to follow, my trades, I'm gonna recommend you some must videos that you need to watch on my channel, okay? Because again, this is already explained in my channel. It's already there, but you may not know how to look for those videos. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm gonna show you the videos that you must watch, okay? So again, pen, paper, pencil, paper, whatever you use, your phone or video or something. This call is going to be recorded either way, so you're going to have it. But this is how and where you should look for these videos, okay? So type a 1 in the chat if you're ready, if you want me to tell you these videos. Let's see. Okay, perfect, guys. So first things first, you're going to go over here in the menu where it says session replay. Okay, session replay. You're gonna go ahead and click this face over here that says Joel Arias. And then after that, you're going to scroll down. These are sessions that we had live that that are recorded, and we upload them after we finish our sessions. Okay. In these sessions, I teach my strategy. I teach my trading plan. I teach all that you need to know to trade with me. All right. So there are 10 pages.
Wow.
So let's go ahead and check these, and I'm going to tell you which ones you must watch. You can watch the other ones. That's okay. But I'm going to tell you the must list. Okay. So let's go to page 9. So everybody write down page 9. You need to write down the page and the name. And the reason for this is because pages may change as we add more videos in. Okay. But for now, it's on page 9. And the name is this: how to calculate lot size and pip value in gold. Okay, it's right here. I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes. Well, couple seconds, because very much.
And you also have these trainings in Spanish?
Yes, I have them in English and Spanish. So right next to this, look, it's the Spanish one right here. So if you speak Spanish, this is your side. If you speak English, then this is your video right here. Okay, so that's the #1 video you should watch. Why? Because I explained how to use the calculator. Maybe today it wasn't clear because I did it too quick. How to calculate your lot size. Hey, get some time, 20-30 minutes, spend it on this video, because I teach how to use that calculator. Okay, you don't know what a pip is, you don't know what 100 pip is, watch this video, because that's where you're gonna learn it. Okay, so everybody ready for the next one? Let's go ahead and check the next page. So sometimes you're going to see some other titles like this, candle patterns. These are not must watch videos. These are just part of the strategy that if you want to learn it, yeah, you may watch these videos. Okay. Now this page 8 doesn't have any of the musts. So let's go to page 7. Okay. We have another one. Boom. Trading plan in gold. Again, this is the same thing I explained to you guys. But if it wasn't clear, you can go over here and spend some time watching this video. Okay. Trading plan in gold, page 7. Okay. Now let's keep moving. Page 6. If you are at that point, this is optional video. This is not a must. But if you're at that point that you're looking for your own trades, but you don't know how to find a stop loss and TP, this is how you can learn how to find your own stop losses and TPs. Okay. So that's an optional. It's not a must. Nothing on page 6. Let's go to page 5. Nothing there. Page 4. 222. Nothing there. Okay. This right here. The reversion strategy video. This video I recorded before we launched the scanners. And this is the strategy behind my scanner, which is called a Smart Cash. If you guys have seen it. So if you want to learn about the strategy behind the scanner, this is a must video that you need to watch. This strategy, it's different than the 100 pip. Okay, this one is different than the trade alerts. This one is for trades that have 40 pip stop loss. So a little bit shorter, a little bit quicker, but it works in a different way. Okay, so if you want, again, page 3, reversion strategy. Okay, if you're going to learn about the scanner. Now, if we move to page 2, you're going to notice that I have a trading plan for that strategy. If you want to start using the scanner, Smart Cash scanner, you can follow this trading plan. It's going to be different than the trade alerts, okay, because we're moving different amount of pips. But this right here is going to help you understand the scanner and understand the risk and the reward, okay? Page 2. Let's see. Page 1. I think I have 2 more here, and then we're done with this. So, or 3. There's 3 videos here I want you guys to watch. Number 1, this one right here on page 1. It's called hybrid session, which means Spanish and English. I do 30 minutes in Spanish and 30 minutes in English. And this is the explanation I give you of what to do with positive and negative accounts. Remember, TP1, we close partials, TP2, blah, blah, blah. This is in this session, okay? So if something wasn't clear, you can watch this recording, or you can watch this session, or both, okay? And then you can watch this Smart Cash Scanner. If you don't know how to use the scanner, I'm gonna teach you how to use the scanner, okay? And last but not least, this video, it's a recap of what I just showed you. You know, all the videos that are a must to watch that I just mentioned here. If you miss one, you can watch this recording, or you can watch this session on how to follow my strategy, okay? If you're brand new, or if one of your guys' teammates, somebody in your team, it's brand new, and you want them to start following the trades, you can send them to this video that says how to follow my strategy. Page 1. This is in page 1. Okay. And that's it, guys. There are like, what, 6, 7 videos maybe that I mentioned must. And if you do this, you're going to, have success with the strategy. And again, you may not like my style. That's completely okay. You can go and look on other educators. That's completely okay. But if you do, then please follow this trading plan, because I can't even tell you the amount of lives that we have changed because people started to listen, especially with preference, guys. I have people all over Latin America, and $1,000 every 8 days or every 21 days, whatever it may be, $1,000 every month. Let's say it's average per month. Extra in Latin America changes a lot. In US, it does too. There's no difference. It does too. Let's say you make a little bit more, it's still pretty good. And so I have a lot of people, having great success because they learn that trading, you can make your money back within 2 or 3 months. And it's not as the same as a traditional business that's going to take years. And so please do not hurry the process. Every process has its sweet time, but I can almost guarantee, because there's nothing that's 100% guaranteed. I can almost guarantee that it's not going to take you 5 years to make your $149 per month subscription back. It's probably going to take you, 1 or 2 months, and that's awesome. All. So thank you so much, Robert, for inviting me here. I'm going to pass it over to you.
You bet.
For a minute.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Joel, thank you so much. The one thing I want to call myself out on that's pretty embarrassing, but I think you'll understand, is you can, in the 37 years I've been doing this industry, you would not believe, but you would, because you're a teacher and a coach, is how many people say, let me ask you this question. And I go, is it the question that I covered on this video on my YouTube? And so I want to thank Javed and your time for coming on here and teaching us the stuff that you already taught on the videos in the back of Akashics.
I completely understand that, and that's
so people reach out to me all the time and go, hey, I want to know how this works. And I go, so you're just not going to watch the video, and you're not going to watch the video distracted. No, you need to watch the video, shut your phone off, shut all your windows on your computer, pay attention and take notes. So that's very, very cool. So Joel, I learned a lot. A lot of it was foreign to me, but I know that I learned how to do this business. I can learn to do another. And just like Coach Bob said, I want to congratulate you if you guys are in your MDC back office and you see Joel number 6 on the leaderboard. That's 6. see, he's not even looking. You know what I mean?
No, I thought it was 4.
Oh, so well, there's a lot of people that are closing out for the month, man. So
Dang.
we go to sleep a little bit, and it's like, wow, I was number 8 for a while, and now I think I'm number 13 because I'm not paying attention.
You're right. Yep, it's number 6.
And one last question. I know this is a personal question, but you know, what did you make your best year just in trading?
The best year, it could be half a mil.
$500,000. Now, I want everyone to know while he's saying that is the income disclosure here in America and some countries. That is not average. That is very unique. He put all these hours in. And but to also make money in trading and also make money by building an organization, Joel, and you're 24 years old. That's the only thing that I don't like about you is how young you are. So this will be something, and in closing, I would like you just to say something to your Latinos. Say something in Spanish that let them know that this is for them and they can do it.
All right. Bueno, chicos, si ustedes son latinos, aquí hablan español y me entienden, vean, el negocio del trading pienso que cambia más vidas latinas que cambia vidas de otros países. O sea, la vida latina se conoce porque no nos pagan bien, porque nos tratan mal en los negocios, porque tal vez nos discriminan o etcétera. Como les dije al inicio, el trading no tiene discriminación. El trading es posible para todos los que quieren hacerlo. Y si yo no hubiera hecho esto, ojo, yo lo inicié en Colombia. Si yo no hubiera hecho esto, ahorita no estaría donde estaría y no estaría viajando a los lugares donde estén. Entonces, no se rindan y háganle porque sí se puede.
Gracias.
De
Well,
nada.
thank you so much, Joel. Have a great day. And thank you for all you've done. I know that you could be anywhere. And for you to spend time with me and my team, I'll make sure to get this out to everyone. And I think it would be funny to edit the video of you just telling people where you can find your videos in Akasha. But thank you for doing that for us. You really inspire me. 62 years old. I love learning a new skill that I can teach other people to do. And I love and appreciate you. And thank you for believing in Akashics and MDC. I really appreciate you.
Well, you're welcome, Robert. If you ever need anything again, you know, I'm always a message away, a call away, and I'll do anything for your team. You know, if we need to do one-on-one events or like in-person events, you know, anything that may be, guys, I'm here for all of you. Okay.
You're awesome. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Give him some fire, you guys. Put some fire in there. So yeah, we're already after an hour. So what I'm going to do is let Craig go ahead and close it up, and we're done. Craig, do us the honors.
Wow, thank you so very much. And we appreciate the fact that every one of you have joined us for this amazing event. The replay is right now, it's in YouTube. We may edit it a little bit so you can watch the live version. We'll have an updated version as well. And please take the time to watch this once again. You had a lot of questions in the chats. It's a matter of rewatching it and learning. We all are taking that time to learn. And if we learn in the right way, as Robert and Joel has shared, we got this.
No doubt.
One step at a time. So if you are watching this on YouTube, please hit the like button. We appreciate that. Please follow us by subscribing to our channel. And if you'd like to join us as part of the Hollis groups of Imaginators or Inner Circle, go ahead and go to roberthollis.com/join, and you can become part of our amazing groups. and we really appreciate the fact that you are with us. And just a reminder before we close that there is a risk involved in trading. Investing in stocks involves risks, including the potential loss of principal. Past performance is not indicative of future results. It is important to conduct your own research and consider your financial situation and risk tolerance before making any investment decisions. Consult with a financial advisor if needed. This information is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. So, thank you once again. Until next time, please be good to yourselves, be cash. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Joel. I love and appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.